and welcome to another Dwarven Tavern review. This time, as you might have guessed from the subtle indications on the table, we are reviewing Dungeons & Dragons Player's Handbook. Okay, this one, first edition, cut my teeth on this book way in the dim and distant past. Not literally, not this book. It would have been all soggy. But this is where I got my start. Then, of course, we have the reprint, right? Okay, this one is same great information. It's a gold gilt, and it's another Player's Handbook, first edition. Then, of course, as you may or may not know, we turned into second edition, which included such things as non-weapon proficiencies and changed a few rules about THACO was introduced in second edition. Anybody remember THACO? I sure do. And it really turned a lot of interesting games over in that. And then we have the third edition core rulebook. This is the third edition. Had some stuff in it. Maybe it was rushed to get out, and they wanted to put out 3.5. Maybe somebody didn't like how it went or whatever, but it's still near and dear to my heart because it's D&D. Then we had the 3.5. Okay, 3.5 had two books, two Player's Handbooks. This is the special edition, leather-bound, wonderful, nice Player's Handbook. Gold gilt pages with a wonderful and handy ribbon bookmark, right? Very expensive book, kind of rare. I don't know if it's rare, but was hard to get. This is 3.5. It also 3.5 also looks like this. How did I change it? So after 3.5, we moved into the 3.5 Player's Handbook 2, right? Player's Handbook 2. You got it? We don't talk about this. Didn't care for 4 at all. But this time, this review, or set of reviews, is the D&D Player's Handbook 5th edition. This one's going to be big. First of all, I'd like to mention a few superficial things before I go into the entrails, as it were, of the book. We're going to talk about the actual aesthetics of the book. The artwork is quite good, and it is, as you can see, very nice art. And the artwork is throughout the book. Not a whole lot of art. Not too much art, because there's so much information that it has to get out. But the artwork that is in there, I mean, it has illustrations throughout. There are a few pieces that I really don't care for. I don't care for the way the once again, and I have the same gripe with 3.5 and 3, is halflings. They're not miniature elves, okay? They're not. Halflings are a race unto themselves. They look like human children with big furry feet, not itty-bitty elves with itty-bitty feet. Look at those itty-bitty freaking feet and enormous heads, okay? And that, this is, of course, just an artist's representation, but I don't like it at all. And there's several examples of that. That same great big head, itty-bitty feet. And halflings don't wear shoes, okay? Anybody who knows anything about hobbits and halflings, right? No shoes. They just didn't have them. So that's irritating. However, it doesn't detract from the game overall. It detracts from the people who decided to make hobbits miniature elves. Boo. Okay. On you who did that. Whoever made that decision. Dwarves, however, not comedy relief. These guys are serious. One of my major gripes about a lot of movies is the fact that dwarves are depicted as comic reliefs while the human heroes. Maybe I'm biased. Yeah, maybe. I like dwarves. Okay. So the artwork is good. The quality of the paper is fantastic. It's kind of anti-glare, but the ink is kind of glary. And it has all of the things that we have come to enjoy about the game. And I will be getting into that in great depth. It also includes cool things like Dwarvish script and Elvish script. And it's not the Tolkien Elvish. And you can see it here. So gives you some standard languages and some exotic languages. And again, another thing that I've always enjoyed about the Dungeons and Dragons series is the actual organization of the book. It goes in first. It starts out with of course, the introduction, Worlds of Adventure, how to use the book, how to play the game, adventures you can go on. The preface is all about what is role playing for the very new players, which we have seen there are new players coming up every day. Everybody's being introduced to it more and more. So that's a good thing. It's good to know what a role-playing game is. There are a lot of misconceptions about what role-playing is, so hopefully this will help. So in part 1, we have on page 11, it starts out with character creation. Step-by-step characters. It has the races. It has the classes. It has Chapter 4 is personality and background. Chapter 5 is equipment. 6 is customization. Then it moves on to part 2, which is using ability scores, adventuring, and Chapter 9 covers combat. Then in part 3, we have spellcasting and spells. Then we have a number of appendices, which is A, B, C, D, and E. Appendix E is interesting because it includes inspirational reading suggestions, and that inspirational reading, as you can see here in this, is a number of literary selections where you can let's see. Oh, there's Tolkien and Andre Norton, Michael Moorcock, Frederick Brown, L. Sprague de Camp, etc., which is all of the famous, not all of them, but quite. It goes from Ahmed Saladin to Roger Zelazny. Zelazny. So it covers a lot of that, and it has a few example monsters in it. In Appendix D for creatures, it's got a nice shot of the known cosmos. It's got an extensive list of gods, and in Appendix A is conditioned, like blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, etc. And all of this is wrapped up in a book that has a very cool cover, as you can see, and it is. I think it's a serious winner this time. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the first section of the book, which is part 1, all about creating a character and what they've done to it. So don't forget to subscribe and give us a huge like. They're all the same size, but think huge when you click. And come over to the next part, which is part 1, creating a character. And this has been Dwarven Tavern. I'm Jeff Goins with Dwarven Tavern. Dwarven Tavern. I'll say it a couple more times. And don't forget to check out Wizards of the Coast and give them a like as well and let them know we sent you. And pick this up. So the next video is character creation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Let the